why you guys, because the thing is with the Akashic records, it's endless. And once you start getting introduced to that information, which is why this week I started off with introducing you to the librarian, because there's going to be so many things that are going to be introduced to you that I can't possibly teach you all the things. So there's going to be a lot of like free balling it in the Akashic records. You know, you're just kind of like, oh, what is trying to. So the council, which we're going to learn about next week, just really quickly, exists in the Akashic records, but almost like imagine like if the Akashic records was a library, then there's like offices to the left, and the council is like in the offices almost. You know, you may see it on the right or whatever, you may see them in different places, but they're like still like if the Akashic records was like a university, the council is like where you would go meet your professor or something. So you'll see them, and sometimes they'll just show up in your Akashic records, but they actually have their own room, so you can like visit them in their room. And the council is a collective, so there's usually like 6 of them, 7 of them, doesn't really, the number doesn't really matter. And they basically oversee your contract and your whole lifetime. They're like the hierarchy where your spirit guide is kind of like the manager, like down on the ground. This is like the people who sit on the board, basically. And they look really scary at first and they look very intimidating, but they're actually very kind. And if they're meeting with you, again, we'll do it together next week, Josie. But if you're kind of wanting to jump ahead, do your best they're all going to try to speak at the same time, but
Yes.
and that's the truth for any collective, you guys. Some of you will have collectives. I have like for my business, I have a spirit guide collective for my business, which is really annoying because they all try to talk at the same time. And what you do when you have a collective is you ask them to bring all the information to the middle person or to whoever you seem to be understanding the most. So any collective, the council typically knows to do that. But if not, every time you see a collective, just direct a spokesperson. For me, in my business collective, there was one guide that I just understood better. I didn't like the way the other ones were like communicating, so I just asked for everything to come through her. So that's how you deal with a collective.